call me old man Wade.
Damn you, old man!
Wait.
Old ass man.
Shut up, old man. You smell like fart.
No, man!
Old man.
He's so old, he got a podcast on cassette.
Fuck, you're old.
Damn it, Wade.
And welcome to the Old Man Wade Show. I am your host, the God of Stubborn, Old Man Wade. I got my co-host with me,
Oh God.
the pinnacle of political perfection, Super
Damn
One
right.
Bobby.
What's good, everybody?
Directly in front of me, my man 50 grand, the genius of justification, Just Greg.
Ladies and gents, hello.
And special guest, and we have the happy, loud, big lips, alien eyes, Miss Toya.
Well, hello.
You forgot one more thing. Bohemian Big Broad.
Bohemian Big Broad, she don't get moist to you.
Yo, listen.
That's one of my favorite titles.
Yo,
Bohemian Big Broad, I Don't Get Moist to You, and Ocean of Horrors.
I like both of those.
Are my two favorite titles.
those are great titles. The title game for this show is on point.
It was whack when it started, but it's getting better.
What's that?
Everyone take a sip of beer.
So how's everyone doing today?
Great to be off.
I'm chilling. I'm hot. I want the snow back. Come at me. I don't care. I'm tired of people saying all this snow. Nobody better complain about the heat. Nigga, it's been 150 degrees
Yo, you
for
Caribbean.
8 days straight.
You Caribbean.
I prefer the
What?
cold too. Sorry to say it. If I had to choose between the heat and the cold, because I feel like I can never strip down and still feel cool. Like it's never good enough. Give me the cold, because then I can bundle up. I can feel cozy. I can feel good. Hot chocolate.
All right, we got just.
I already took like 8 showers today. I'm tired.
Just Greg, you have an opinion on that?
I hate the snow. I don't like the stress of wondering if I still have a parking spot when I get home from work.
I'm sorry. I think
I
that's
don't like-
hysterical.
Because that is stressful.
It is stressful.
I have a driveway, so I don't know.
Say driveway, Greg? I mean,
I don't have a driveway, and even if I did, I don't like having a shovel every
Facts.
other week.
Okay. That's why I got a truck, an SUV. I'm not shoveling shit.
Oh, you
I'm
got a
running
Jeep,
over
right?
it. Yes, I have a Jeep now. Although my Ford was better in the snow. I will say that. The compass is a little bit lower than my Explorer was, but
Next time you gotta get the
I tend to
Wrangler.
not shovel. I just run over.
Yeah.
And you like all like 5'2"?
Yeah.
And I'm just picturing her like a Ford F-150, like 5'2".
I would love one of those.
And I'm just picturing her like with those trucker hats.
Yeah.
That's dope. I think I've been
See
cut
my
off.
John Deere hat.
Yeah.
I've been cut off by that person multiple times. The short lady in the big pickup truck.
It's usually a short dude with a fucking little man complex.
Yeah,
Driving
it
a
is.
fucking
I know
Hummer.
one.
So there's this dude, this comedian said, it cracked me up. He goes, if you drive a Hummer, you should be forced to go to Iraq and get your own oil.
Agreed.
Oh, jeez.
Agreed. You're a tough guy.
I will say this though, I don't mind. I'd rather be hot on the outside when I'm out the house and cold inside the house.
But this is kind of ridiculous, though.
It's
Like,
New
this is-
England, man. It's nothing new. It's humid. It's humid.
Just take the heat wave.
For what it is.
Yeah, just take the heat wave. It's going to cool down in another month. You know.
Today's actually cooler than it was yesterday.
Yeah, today's
You're
actually
right.
a really
You're
nice
right.
day.
Today's
You're
a
right.
really nice day.
You're right. It's just, I spend a lot of time outdoors on a daily
See, I'm
basis.
inside all the time.
So yeah, I'm having like persistent heat stroke. I'm probably having heat stroke right now. Don't pay attention to anything.
We ain't even really hear Hobby in there talking to himself.
Yeah, I'm like seeing things. I'm not built for this heat, guys. I'm a little on the fat end, so places sweat. I never knew
And plus, I'm
existed.
not going to see sundresses in the winter, too.
I take back everything.
Really?
So,
I
you know,
take back.
Did you just
You know,
side-eye me
like-
like I'm
Because
not?
I was just about to say to you, you
What?
can't tell me you don't. Them dudes in tank tops don't get moist for you.
They don't. I need to see how tight their shorts are. I'm a butt person.
She's an ass.
And see, that's the key.
So
with
to be honest
sundresses,
with you,
right?
sundresses, yeah,
That's
this
what it
is a
is.
season for them. Nah,
You know what?
I look at all asses.
So, you know what, that's a-
I rescind my last statement. I love the summer, aka
It's
sundress.
too late.
Sundress
You know what?
season.
I got something for you. All right. So we all have specific things that we like the opposite sex to wear. Toya,
Yes.
what do you like to see on your guys?
Gray sweatpants. On the tighter side. That's the only time I'll kind of let you get away with wearing something tighter is if it's gray sweatpants, where I can kind of see that schlang moving around. But otherwise, I mean, it shouldn't be tight. Your pants should not look tighter than my leggings. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Even if they're gray sweats?
Even if it's gray sweats, they
Okay,
can't
okay.
be as tight as leggings.
Got you.
Although
Ah!
I mean, it depends. But yeah, no, that's the only time.
Alright.
Gray sweatpants on the tighter side.
Greg?
He said sundresses. What's the sundress man?
I like
The brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, and Haitian.
it depends on where we're at. You know, I don't know, but I like dresses, man. I really do like dresses, especially the sundresses.
I think you should go with the slacks.
I do love slacks. Slacks are like lingerie to me,
Wow.
personally.
I've never heard that.
Seriously? Like
Slacks?
Never
Yeah.
heard
I
that.
love, women in nice fitted slacks.
So how did you get through any of Hillary Clinton's debates without like running to the bathroom? Her slack game's on point.
Yeah, but her body ain't.
Stop it.
I like the sundresses, the maxi dresses. I like.
He knows the difference. You gotta appreciate that. As a woman, ladies, he knows the difference.
Actually, I forgot what the difference is. I just like them.
I just threw him like
Listen,
a whole buoy, and he just said,
he missed the
"Get
alley.
that out of here!"
He missed the alley-oop.
Seriously. All right.
Can Eric
J.R.
Bates-
Smith over here for you guys. All right.
Oh,
Big
wow.
A. Javi, what do you like?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a leg, hip, and butt dude. Like long legs. You know, it don't gotta be big hips or even a big butt. It's gotta have that shape. So anything that kind of like emphasizes that. So sundresses, of course. Leggings. Tight jeans. Not too tight, because you know I know enough about anatomy that you know you don't want anything too tight. So anything that emphasizes the things I like on a female's body, I'm into.
There's, what do they call it? The one piece.
Pencil dresses?
What, rompers?
Yes.
Rompers,
I love
yes.
those on women in the summer as well. You know what I like?
Do you know how hard it is to use the bathroom in a romper?
That's not my problem.
They are. High five before. Rompers are the dumbest fucking thing
Oh
ever.
my god!
But I like seeing them on women.
It's the
I
worst
disagree.
invention.
So here's the.
I don't have to wear them.
This is true. If you ever had one, trust me, it's like a onesie.
Oh, my wife has this romper. Oh. All right.
They need to fix it so that the zipper can go
you know what I
all
like
the way.
about it? I like also with sundresses is that you're still covered, but there's just enough. There's just enough of you. There's just enough body to see.
And how the
Yeah.
fabric
The
lays
silhouette.
Yes,
The
it's
on
shape.
everything. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
like there's just enough so you're not getting too much. It's not like she's walking around in
Naked,
like
but
naked
she's
and everything.
not.
But
she
you can
is,
tell
but you
when
can
that
tell.
thing comes off.
It's exactly what you're
There's a whole lot of
expecting.
woman there.
Like I don't know what we're sounding out like right now, but honestly, like I
Like chauvinistic men and women. What the
Yo,
fuck?
I-
No, don't add me to this.
listen.
You were up to
I was
no.
not.
Wait.
No.
Was
I
this your plan?
I got this. You just said you like gray sweatpants so
Absolutely.
you can see
Absolutely.
their weapon of choice.
I'm just giving back what's put out in the universe.
Oh,
You know what I
Jesus
mean?
Christ.
Like, did y'all see Cayenne's remix to Boot Up?
No.
Y'all need to see that, but go
Who?
ahead. Cayenne.
Like a
Go
pepper?
ahead. Yes, but with a K.
Did you see T-Pain's?
Yeah, I'm kind of over T-Pain. You need to see Cayenne's. Or maybe I should have watched the whole thing before I say I'm over T-Pain.
This is
But
like
you
the
need
fourth
to
time I
see
heard about
Cayenne's.
this song "Boot Up," and I have not.
I just
Okay.
listen.
I just
How
heard
many
it for the
co-hosts? I
first
don't even get to
time
say
last
what I
week.
like. What's
Well, wait, Javi, this one wanted to re-elaborate on the sundress.
Okay, so she said hobby, but she's pointing
Because
to
it's
Greg.
sundress.
And then Greg
y'all all look alike.
let's see that.
What's these dresses called?
Halle
Halle Berry and Perfect Stranger. In the red
It's
dress.
just a dress. I don't know that that's a specific type of dress.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
So what do you like dresses too then?
That's like a little 90 type
I like the ladies
situation.
naked.
It's the summertime and you have to wear clothes, sir.
Not my house. I think I kind of gotta go with Greg here on like a good pair of like slacks on a woman. Like you can see like what their figure looks like. That's dope.
I need to look
also
up
like
this slack situation.
I can
like
get it. I understand what he's saying.
I enjoy sundresses. They're not my favorite thing. Yoga pants are a good look.
Yoga pants are a good
Yoga
look.
pants are a good look. There's I guess this dress. I think if I had to go like
So
just
it
like,
sounds like
a
it's all about the
classic.
hip and ass. What about us women who have boobs? Like what?
Oh,
what's
this-
free?
everybody-
Like,
Everybody likes boobs. Gay
Yeah.
men like boobs. That goes without saying it.
And let me just say, you know what?
Wait.
Hold
So
on,
here's
go
the
ahead,
thing.
go ahead. I get this.
So I learned that as a baby, I didn't like breast milk. Right? I've also learned this about myself, that I was never really a breast guy.
But you
And it's
like
not
boobs.
because. So here's the thing. I went through a street, not intentionally, but every girl that I talked to they were petite, right?
for flat
If anything-
chested.
Yeah.
No titty.
You know, I can say that now. I can say that now, right?
Okay.
But my wife was really the first voluptuous woman that I had a relationship with, and now she's a lot slimmer now. But before, she was in school in Atlanta, so she was eating that cornbread. She had the hips, you know, all
What
that.
about her boobs? You getting back
So-
to the ass and hips?
Until her, I didn't really understand the love of boobs. But now I can say this: I appreciate a nice set of knockers.
I love a nice set.
Dude, everybody likes boobs, man. Gay men like boobs. You know what I mean? The boobs are fun to look at. They're good to look at. Boobs are fun to look at.
But you know what? They also come with their problems.
Yeah.
They're heavy, right? They sweat in the summertime. I have no problem with that because I'm a guy
No,
and I love to
I've
sweat
heard
at
from
females.
my little titty girls that they be sweating in the summer too.
Don't
Not
little girls be
as much, but they be sweating too.
little girls be sweating. Women in general sweat.
I think our tolerance for the heat is less than men because I feel like I
The
just
female
hate it.
tolerance for
I
any
hate
weather
it.
in general.
Whoa. You might be right, but it's not okay to say it. Not out loud, Mark. Not out loud, okay?
I'm a married man who ain't trying to impress nobody. I am good. When my wife finally comes to her senses and divorces me,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be like, no, all women are great and they're glorious and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back to home. This is what I'm saying. All right,
There's a benefit to that.
so
Uh-oh.
everyone, open your list. What I have here.
We were given classwork assignments.
Like
by the way.
homework? Like he folded it up like he was going to mail it, but forgot to mail it.
I forgot my chopper keeper at
What
home.
I have
sorry.
here are 16 things.
Highlighters.
16 things that really annoy the shit out of me.
Are we allowed to open them now? or-
Yeah, open them up.
Do we have to start in order?
Yes. Unless you want to start reading them, and then you can read them in whatever order you want to go in.
Nah, go ahead. You got that.
Number 1. People will smoke in areas that clearly say no smoking.
Oh my god.
I don't want to smell your nasty ass cigarette smoke, and I'm against lung cancer. Move the fuck away from me.
Dana-Farber, Brigham and Women. Just walk outside. There's signs everywhere. Everywhere. And
Isn't
all they
Dana-Farber
do-
a cancer?
No, because you've been in the area, so you know.
Don't they
You've been
study
the
cancer
area,
in
so you
Dana-Farber?
know. Yes.
So what the hell
But they
you-
will stand right outside of Dana-Farber and smoke a cigarette. I'd be wanting to punch them in their face. Sorry to say it.
At my job, we have specific signs that say, "Do not smoke there,"
Clear.
and they will be right in front of that sign. And I'll say to
Smoke
them,
it.
"We can't smoke here," and they go,
Don't
"Why
go
not?"
smoke right at the sign.
Yeah. So
Yo, as someone who smokes
Okay.
something,
Yes, let's hear it.
I will say this: cigarette smoke is horrendous.
It
It
is.
makes me nauseous.
It is.
it's gross.
Just so you know, please don't smoke
Enough
around
of
me.
that shit around.
Don't
me.
smoke cigarettes around me. Smoke all the weed you want. Just keep the cigarettes away.
Within the legal limit amount, yes. Just throw that out there.
Number 2, people who don't wait for people to get out of the elevator, train, or bus before they walk in. A buddy of mine said it best when someone bumped into him and he asked them, "Have they ever poured a glass of water?" The person looked at him befuddled because they didn't understand the concept of you gotta let something out before you pour more stuff into a glass. It's annoying, and I'll be the first person to say I do that, and I've done it sometimes, but I'll go, "Excuse me, pardon me, my bad." People will just run into you like you're the one wrong here. Funny story: when we were in New York, it was me, Diddy, and Jeff.
You said New York.
We were in New York, and someone tried to run through me and Greg, getting like trying to run through us, and it was the funniest thing ever. And they kind of like bumped into us. We both kind of looked at him like,
Why would you bump into you two?
because we were like we tried to move out their way, but they're like trying to bump into us. I'm like, you're not gonna move me alone. You're not gonna move Greg alone. The two of us. No, man, fuck out of here with
I
that.
would have clearly went for Jeff. That was the easier target.
I'll have to edit that shit out. What the fuck?
What?
Number 3, knocking over elderly, handicapped, or pregnant
don't
people
remember that?
because you want a seat on the bus.
Wait, pause. He doesn't remember when the guy tried to come through you two.
Do you remember
At the
two boys?
concert?
No. When we were at New York, going on the way on the train.
I forgot about that.
Edit that whole thing out.
I'm not editing anything. I'm not editing anything. People always go, "Are you gonna edit that?" I'm like, "No, I'm not editing that."
Don't worry, we'll edit in post.
Yeah, well, I'll get right on that. The only time I edit something is when someone specifically says to me, "Edit it out." Jeff's not a big guy; he understands that. But if you have the choice between going through me, Diddy, or Greg, or Jeff,
you go through Jeff.
You go through Jeff. He's the smallest one out of our group. Yeah. So knocking the elderly, handicapped, or pregnant people over because you want to see it on the bus.
Do people do that?
Yes.
You've seen that?
Yes. Every day. That's the thing.
Maybe they're polite on the 39 because I've never seen it.
When I used to take the bus a lot, what annoyed me was when people were sitting in the handicap section. When someone who obviously needs it is right there. That would annoy me. But I've never, like, if I saw somebody do that, I don't know. I
hate when a woman offers her seat to another pregnant woman when there's men sitting right there. I'm like,
I feel you on that.
especially the young ones, like, come on, like, I don't know. Just get the fuck up. That's just how I feel.
I was on a train, knocked the fuck. Greg, you made a noise.
Greg,
you made a noise.
You need to express yourself. This is what the podcast
this
is all about.
Place.
Greg's like, fuck those old people.
No, I don't have an issue with the old people.
They were probably racist in the 20s anyways.
No, I don't. But I can remember, I haven't been on the bus or the train in a while because I do a lot more driving lately. But I remember a few times where I don't think there's anything wrong with offering a seat to a woman or anything like that. But there's times where there's been a woman standing, and I'm not talking about a pregnant woman, an elderly woman,
just
or
a plain
like
woman.
Just a woman.
Okay.
And, you know, if you give your seat to a woman, cool, that's chivalrous, you know, that's fine.
That's nice.
But if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not doing it, and I don't care.
I said pregnant woman, though.
I missed that part, but some people in general just feel like if there's a woman
should get
standing,
up for a woman. No.
You should get up. I was like, honestly, I don't
that.
care. I just did 8 hours at work. My feet hurt. I don't care.
I'm whipping.
I'm not getting up because you have a vagina.
So I usually feel like the asshole in these situations, and I feel you guys, but I think, like, for me, just it's just the way I've been, like, I don't even say raised. Just if I see a female, like, I'm usually gonna do some shit like that. I'm probably gonna move. Like,
I'm gonna have to go with Greg.
And I think a lot of my female cousins are the same way too. They would say the same thing you guys are saying, but just for me, I don't know what it is.
If there's a circumstance, yes, but otherwise, no. You need to stand up just like everybody else.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I think I'm just better than you guys. All right, next question.
Oh, Javi, the Saint! You forgot to add Saint to his title when you introduced him. I'm gonna make sure.
He knows better.
We're gonna edit that in, put in Saint.
Like the Super Bowl title. A lot of that's just
maybe I'll add the Saint in the center.
Yeah.
Number 4. If you see me with my headphones on at work while I'm eating my lunch, assume I don't want to talk to you. I will smile and wave if you wave, but I have a finite amount of time, and I'd appreciate not spending it acting like I give a shit about what you're talking about.
It's your fault. Don't be visible to your coworkers. Go somewhere else.
I do that now.
He said I learned my lesson.
That's That's victim.
I don't care. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere where you know these talking ass people ain't gonna be.
Stalking ass.
Period. Stalking
well,
ass.
I think that's a life lesson.
People.
I think that's a good life lesson for like.
Learn to isolate.
Like some of my boys that like have issues with talking to women, right?
Why?
And they were like, there's situations I've seen it happen where like it might be like an Uber pool or some situation where you're like next to a female that you may not know, somebody you may not know, and the girl will sit next to you or stand next to you, and as soon as they get next to you, they throw the headphones on. To me,
that's a clear sign that she don't want to. She ain't fucking with you.
She saw you.
It's not hard to pick up.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't pick that up.
It's not hard. Common sense. Pay attention. And let me just put this out there for all the men.
Yep.
If you wouldn't want somebody doing it to your daughter, your imaginary daughter, don't do it to other women. Period. Let me just throw that out there. You don't want your daughter being harassed. If she put her headphones on, you would expect that man to take that ticket, which she put down, and pick it up. So
I wouldn't want my imaginary daughter sucking a dick, but I want my dick sucked.
I get that, but you want to make sure that it's somebody who actually wants to suck their dick.
You want your daughter to voluntarily suck a dick.
I'm not having kids, so this conversation is irrelevant to me.
You know what?
and I'm
Bobby, do you have kids?
I don't, but I want a whole team of them.
So what I'm saying is respect the woman to the level that you would expect.
I agree with that. I agree with that statement.
I mean, what happens in the bedroom's in the bedroom, duh. But like everything in the street and everything else.
I'm very disrespectful in the bedroom. No.
You know what, Harvey? I can't believe that, Mr. Saint.
Hold on, Greg.
Greg doesn't agree with this either. Greg doesn't agree with anything.
What? I didn't even say anything.
Greg, how do you feel about my statement?
I agree.
Yeah,
but I also think that that's just a common sense thing in general, or it should be.
I agree.
A common sense thing.
That should be.
But common sense is not common anymore.
I'm just saying it should be. It should be. So like, if a woman is like, you know, walking down the street, about to walk into that corner store, and it's surrounded by like 10 hood dudes, which every woman
Hey, yo, Ma!
in the hood. What's one thing that they normally do? Damn, they're gonna try to talk to me. Let me just grab my phone and pretend to be talking on
Absolutely.
it. Or let me throw these headphones on.
Absolutely.
And I get it. I totally get it. If you put yourself in the shoes of a woman, imagine every time you leave the house, somebody's trying to holler at you. Somebody's trying to call you beautiful. Somebody's, you know, might for some reason think that it's totally okay to say, "God damn, she has a fat ass."
Wait,
to her face.
We can't say that?
I say it in my head. I say it discreetly.
It depends, because if you're by yourself and you say that, a woman might not feel as intimidated. But if it's a store full of niggas outside, I don't want to hear that, because you know you're egging on everybody else in the crowd.
But see, here's the thing. I don't think it's ever okay,
right?
Whether it's 10 guys or one guy, because think about it. Who walks up to somebody and say, "Damn, you got big titties," or "Damn, you got a fat ass," or "Damn, like."
Are you?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hold on, here's the break. Do you know how often women walk past a woman and go, "Damn, you got a fat ass"? I'm like, can I just walk down the street without someone?
I was at a very Caucasian bar the other day. I told you about it, old man.
Yeah.
I legit was sexually harassed.
It's okay.
That whole night.
You deserve it.
Like, I'm still feeling kind of.
It's okay. You deserved it.
You think
I feel
it's
no
all to us?
sympathy for men.
Hold on.
I have no sympathy for men who get harassed. None.
Hold on.
I hope you all get
Hashtag
harassed.
me.
Hold
I
on.
hope you all do.
I'm editing that out. The views of Latoya do not reflect those of the Old Man Wade Show.
Yes, it does. That's why he called me on the show. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg. We didn't mean to interrupt with you.
All right, it's been 22 minutes. The show's over.
I was just agreeing. I just think that, I don't know, when it comes to the street harassment, because that's what they call it, I do feel for women. And because I'm aware of the whole issue with street harassment, I'm more... It's not likely for me to just randomly walk up to a woman that I find attractive and try to talk to her, because I don't know if she's having a bad day. I don't know if she's gonna be upset because I'm trying to talk to her and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm like,
can I just say that? With all my friends, Greg is probably the nicest person I know. Legitimately, out of everybody I know, he's the only person.
I don't really think it's about being nice. It's more so about being
considerate and thinking.
A lot of the women that I notice, in my mind, if I see someone that I think is so attractive that I might just go over there and talk to her, then there's probably like 1,000 other guys who thought the same thing and actually went and did that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be guy number 11.
It's all about the approach, though.
That's
but
you know what?
It's all
I'm not
the approach. That's
no,
all
but
it is.
I know, but I'm talking about in general. If I left this house right now, walked to my car, and saw somebody who's an absolute like 10, and said, "Man, she's amazing. I want to go talk to her." This would just be me in passing, trying to get to my car. That would be very impromptu. I would feel more comfortable being somewhere where everybody's just, it could be a social gathering. It could be at a grocery store where we just happen to be looking through the same, produce and everything, looking for, and then spark conversation there. I think that's more...
For the women listeners, where do you shop?
Stop and Shop.
He lying to y'all. He
exactly,
Whole
which
Foods,
Stop
Trader
and
Joe's.
Shop? Right? I mean, they just want to know. The ladies just want to know, which Stop and Shop do you be at, Greg?
Roslindale.
There you go, ladies. Right, Roslindale.
So here's the thing. So I would feel more comfortable in that situation rather than on the street where we might lock eyes for like 2 seconds and then go about our business. I feel like I'm trying to. I feel
But
like in that situation,
what if she
I'm
gives you that
imposing.
smile? What if she gives you that okay smile? What if she be like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, boo.
If I get that green light, then okay. Then I'm like, okay, well,
Have the conversation.
I can engage
Okay.
here. But if
Okay.
she doesn't look my way, it's very unlikely that I'm going to engage. I can feel however I feel at the moment, but I think on the street when I'm just in passing, she's going about her business, I'm going about my business. I just have this feeling that I'm imposing on this person to say, hey.
But even when women are somewhat that direct from their perspective, as a guy, and I'm remembering some of this stuff, it's still hard to like figure out what that means from a guy's perspective, because we have a perception of women that sometimes you guys don't necessarily say exactly what you mean.
That's why you have to have female friends who can help set you straight.
Well, I never...
And ask the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's no harm in reaching out to a female friend and saying, hey, what's your thought process on this, or what's your perspective on this?
I do that shit
because
all the
I
time.
keep guy friends around for that same reason. Like, listen, am I crazy? Because honestly, women are emotional. We
I'm
trip.
pretty sure I've hit you up like, yo, perfect example. I was at work and there's this woman at work who used to work in my building, and we had a really friendly relationship. Her dress was hiked up a little bit, and so I gestured to her like I pulled my I tugged at my slacks and was like, pull your dress down. She was like, what? I looked up, like pointing to her, and she was like, oh. And she walked out. She said, thank you for doing that. Now, a couple weeks later, same thing happened with another woman. I don't know her. I can't do that with her because I don't have a relationship with her.
Exactly.
So in a situation like that, sometimes just things are about context. Like Greg said, if you see someone in passing, like if you happen to be walking down the street and you see an attractive woman or you see an attractive guy and you approach them, it all depends on what the situation is. If it's raining and this woman doesn't have an umbrella, she ain't trying to stop and talk to you. Like,
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
But if it's a nice day, she seems to have a smile on her face, and you stop her, it's a little different. So like you said, Greg, it's all about context of the situation.
It should be like that, but I still feel like it could be a beautiful day. She can look like she's having a nice day. You're having a nice day.
He's right.
But you don't know what's going through her mind.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
You don't know if she's thinking...
It's not even a woman thing. I think it's people in general. There's so many people right now in the world who are dealing with depression, who are dealing with job issues, who are dealing with money issues, who are dealing with children issues. It's like you really can't assume that because it's a sunny day and they look like they're happy, that they're actually happy. There are days where I fake and I know I'm not actually happy. So
Well, I say this shit every day. I tell people all the time, like, you guys will see me on Twitter going, all right, time to act like I give a shit about these people.
Right. So I think I'm going to lean more towards Greg's approach where it's like, unless I actually feel like it's in a real situation where I can actually make the approach is better.
But I think like the best relationships that I've seen like started. I guess we're not even talking about relationships right now, just like the breaking of the ice.
Approach, yeah.
But like I think it's the most successful first links that I've seen, that I've experienced, comes from, all right, we don't know each other, but we've seen each other a couple of times.
And that's what
we
I was
share
just about
mutual
to
friends.
say.
Blah blah blah. We had a couple conversations. Like, oh, you watch Game of
We
Thrones?
bumped
Boom, boom,
into
boom.
each other a few
exactly,
times.
and then it grows into something.
It's okay to let it build. Now, I'm not telling men to be a stalker, but like if you know you seen her at that time, then try it another day. Maybe you'll run into her at that time again.
Yeah.
If you really feel like you need to get to, I mean, it's okay to play it up, but like, don't pounce on me the first time you see me. Like, get out my face.
Play cool.
Thank you.
Alright, so at number 5, control your kids. If your child bumps me more than twice, I'm going to crop dust you or fart in their face if they're at butt level. Hell, I might even trip them if you're too busy on your phone to worry about your badass kids.
Can you explain to me what crop dusting is?
Crop dusting is when you walk past someone and fart in their direction, in their path.
Oh, okay.
Me and Mom Maria, my wife, were in me and. You guys know
Very creative.
I didn't make it up. That's a
Never heard of that.
You've never heard crop dusting?
I'm gonna Google it. Go ahead.
It's probably in the urban.
Don't
dictionary.
Google that.
So, me and my wife were in Old Navy, and this little bad motherfucker kept bumping into me, like screaming. And I said to Maria, I was like, I'm gonna fart in his face. She goes, Mark, I'm like, if he bumps into me one more fucking time, I'm farting in his face.
Yeah,
He bumped into me, I was
under control.
I was like, game on. He walked past me, stood behind me. I farted right in his face. Right in his face. No remorse.
Was there sound?
Yeah.
So he heard the fart coming.
Yeah. Right in his face.
Now, did he continue to stand there?
He stopped bumping into me.
So he smelled it.
He smelled it and he felt it.
Okay.
Oh, it was one of those.
Oh yeah.
Y'all love checking other people's kids.
Biological warfare.
Especially kids of people I don't know.
Actually, I can't check anybody's kids.
No, fuck that.
But like, I can do that because it's really passive aggressive. They can't prove it.
Nah. Man.
It's not that serious. That's obvious.
Use your fucking blinkers. I don't drive, but as a pedestrian, I hate when people beep at me when they didn't have their blinkers on. I don't read minds. If I did, I'd probably call you a C word with my brain.
You mean cunt?
Yes.
With your brain? Oh. I'm mad that you tried to...
It's okay when women say it. I can't say it.
Oh, cunt. Okay. I don't always use my blinkers.
Yeah.
What I've learned in Massachusetts is that we are all massholes, and when I try to use my blinker to say, hey, let me in, people try to, like, scoot up a little bit more. So, if I see a little bit of room, I'm kind of cut in, and as I'm cutting in, I'll hit the blinker.
Yeah.
As I'm cutting in.
That's definitely...
But not before.
That's definitely a non-Boston driver complaint. Because, like, yo... I don't know if you remember we had what you do with the Infinity Gauntlet, and the people I said I'll take out if I had the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
Those exact people, that's what you're talking about right now. The ones that speed up when you try to switch lanes. So after that, you ain't getting no blinkers.
Nope, I'm just going to cut in front of you. That's all. And I'm not going to lie, I do it sometimes, so I mean...
Everybody does stupid things like that. But my thing about it is, there was one dude...
You don't got a cops.
I was crossing Congress Street, and we had the walk signal.
Yeah.
And... I was on Congress, had a walk signal, and this taxi was like everyone was driving forward or taking a left because there was because you know how Boston is. For some reason, you have walk signals, but cars can still go.
Yes.
Well, we're supposed to yield on the
shit.
turn.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
So
even for the drivers,
90% of the time, cars will normally go. I guess this person must have heard me. 90% of the time, people will kind of understand that, like, there's not really much they can do. This one cab driver wasn't even like slowly trying to turn into it. He like had the gas on, and I stood there, and everyone's looking at me, and he beeped at me, and I pointed at the wall. I was like, "Walk signal," and grilled him, and kept walking. And as a big 280-pound black guy, he wasn't gonna. He didn't want them problems.
Cab drivers are assholes, essentially.
For the most part, yes, I would agree with that statement. For the most part, yes.
Drink all the juice. Don't leave a sip. That's a dick move.
Okay, so not to throw my roommates under the bus, but
I'm gonna throw them under the bus
slightly, and I won't specify who, but they'll like.
Greg, if I did this, I apologize.
They'll like eat my ice cream. No one is summertime. No one. I want my fucking Haagen-Dazs. Okay, all right, caramel cone. That's my shit. We'll eat it and leave just a little bit. Like, it should be okay because I left you a little bit. Like, how I'd rather you eat all the shit and replace the fucking whole. Do you think you ain't got to replace it because you left 1/3 of it in the container?
I think that's really
I'm not
really
even mad at the
mentality.
1/3. It's like when they leave you like a corner.
This is what I'm.
Like not even like a third, like a fifth.
I was being nice.
It's
like a fifth that you left me. And you think you don't.
So what would piss you off more if you knew the motivation of that was, you know what? I'm just gonna leave this half a spoonful because at least they'll get a taste.
F
right?
that.
Or is it I'm just too lazy to throw this shit in the trash, so I'm just gonna leave a little bit so I technically don't have to throw it away because it's not empty. Which one of those will piss you off more?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Don't touch my shit. The last time I legit had to write on the ice cream, do not fucking do it. My fucking ice cream. Go buy your own. Like, I had to write this on my ice cream, like, to make sure people didn't eat my ice cream. It's the summertime and I need my ice cream.
One of the great things about being married is you can eat your own spouse's food and they can yell at you. You know, you can go. And I've used the excuse, it was there for 2 days. It's fair game.
Oh yeah.
2 days after that, it's fair game.
Is this a oh damn, I'm really sounding like a chauvinist right now, but is this a female thing, like just leaving stuff in the fridge? Or like...
Nah, usually it goes both ways. It's definitely something that goes both ways. Because I've done it to my dad just to be an asshole. Like my wife, he'll tell me like not to drink the juice, and then like he'll drink all my juice. I'm like, oh, we're doing this? Cool.
Yes, exactly.
And then so when I was living with my parents, I would buy my own juice or whatever. They was having me drinking their shit, and then they would drink mine too. And I'm like, cool, we're doing this. So I would drink all their juice, and I would leave them just enough to like cover the bottom.
That drain.
Just
that
enough.
Drain.
Just to be an ass.
Anything that stays in my fridge for over 2 days, I'm definitely probably gonna eat.
You know what?
It's just me and my wife.
2 days is not long enough. Y'all need to come up with 3 days. 2
2
days
days.
is just a weekend. If you feel like a weekend ain't long enough, then 2 days ain't long
I'm not
enough.
gonna eat
You
leftovers
need to
after
leave
2
it
days.
at least 3 days.
2 days.
Rude.
Yes, I never said it wasn't.
Go ahead.
Saying excuse me with an attitude defeats the purpose of being polite. You're just an asshole. No complaints there. Moving on.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me being a bitch. Yeah, it is. Okay,
See,
go
there
ahead.
you go. Notice you said it, not me. If you go into the 12 items or less line with 24 items, you're a douchebag. This is an express line.
I do that shit all the time.
You're
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Because that's the one I commented on.
Give me the justification.
earlier.
I want to hear this.
There ain't no justification. The other lines just be too fucking long. And I don't got 12 items, but I might have like 15 items.
So what is your limit before you cross that line? Is it 15?
Whatever I can get away with.
Wow. So he's an asshole. Next, what is your limit in the 12 items or less line?
I'm
Do
pretty
you
sure Greg
still
was me.
get-
We both work retail.
I've slipped in with over like 4 or 5 over the limit.
So no more than
if
20?
it's, especially if it's like really small items.
Yeah,
they don't count.
there lines. Notice I said like 24. Because like if it's 12 items or less and you go with 15, the other 3 are like cat food. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
If it's
different.
all the same thing, it doesn't count. That counts as one.
I'm not talking about my
Don't lie,
my
Harvey.
beginning of the
Don't
month.
lie,
right?
Harvey. Don't try to fix
Like,
it now,
I'm not talking, I
Harvey.
don't got like 2 carts worth of
Nah,
shit.
Harvey. Nah. Go ahead, Greg.
If the extras, if the overage is stuff that you can fit in your pocket, I don't think they count.
Yeah. I'll give that. So there's rules.
That's my logic.
There's rules to this shit.
Okay.
And I do talk to the cashier first. I go to the cashier like when I'm in the line.
You such a liar.
I'm serious. I walk in there. I give them that. I'm like, yo.
Harvey's such a.
I'm dead
Listen,
serious.
Old man way. So what was the? We ain't even listen to you, Harvey. So what was the final determination? 15 items is okay.
15 items is okay. It all depends if you can fit the things in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone goes in there and they have 100 cans of cat food, and it's one of the same thing, and you can count it in a good amount of time, that's different. If you have like 30, you can look at a cart and tell that you're being an asshole. You can legitimately look at a cart and tell someone's being an asshole.
He's not lying.
Yo, like you walk in there and you look at someone, they got a whole cookout or a whole like Sunday like dinner in their cart, and then the express line, fuck you, you're an asshole.
I personally think
So that's hobby.
bullshit. That's why I go to Stop and Shop.
Greg
First
and
of all,
myself are okay. It's Harvey.
my go-to anyways is self-checkout. So fuck all y'all.
The self checkout is the devil. I
You
hate
stealing,
the
Harvey.
self-checkout.
Don't lie.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
away with some stuff.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
The Stop and Shop at Dedham, because you know how you can scan your items as you go on.
Yeah.
You scan it and buy it. I kid you not. Out of the last 10 times, me and my wife have been there for scan the stuff and then go in there. The last 10 times, 9 of them we've been selected for random checking.
What is
Oh
that?
yeah, because you colored.
Yeah,
Wait, they do
And
that?
you like.
Yeah.
At Stop and Shop?
yeah.
I've never seen that.
And at first, and
Have
so-
you heard of that?
They do what?
So
Nigga, yo,
at Stop and Shop,
your picture's on a list somewhere. That's what.
at Stop and Shop, what you can do is you can shop as you go. So you scan the item, you bag it yourself, and at the end of it, you scan it, go about your business. The first time it happened, me and Maria were like, whatever. Second time it happened, we were kind of like, huh. The third time it happened, the cashier was kind of like, I have to do this. And she goes, and I looked at her, I was like, is it really random? And she goes, it's not. And she flat out told
What is
me.
it based on?
Melanin content.
When you use the scanners,
Yeah,
I've never done that.
didn't you walk in? They're at the entrance.
yeah,
You pull one and then you use it to just scan stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, they have an actual scanning tool that you can use.
I've
as
seen
you
it,
go
but I
along.
didn't know anything about what happens at the end.
So
Why don't they just do what Walmart does?
They
So
can,
when you
they can
do
just randomly
things-
check you. They can randomly check you. They have to pick certain items out of there, at random, to see whether or not
You
you've actually
scanned it
scanned
in.
it.
No, after that, I'm not accepting
They
that.
don't
shit.
do it for everybody.
I want them to try that with me. I swear to God, I want them to
And
try
I've
that.
literally gone there, and I've gone there and Stop and Shop
Greg
a
said that
million
makes
times,
sense.
and the only time I've ever
It
seen that
does?
happen is with me.
No, not
Oh.
if it's based
Not the
on
profile.
race.
No,
But-
I'll flip out. Like, why are
But
you?
I mean,
why are you
in
offering
general.
that service? Right?
No,
That's what I hate
Harvey,
about
because
that.
you stealing,
But
Harvey.
guess what? You have to blame the shoplifters.
Exactly.
No, I
You
feel
have
you.
to.
I feel you. But so I like Walmart's system, right? But there's a few things I like about Walmart. Also, their grocery pickup is pretty awesome. Maybe sound a lot, but if you buy an item that doesn't go through the cashier, they have a greeter that just checks everybody that has items that aren't in bags. Right? They just check your receipt, look at the items, and they don't choose at random. They just check everybody that hasn't gone to a cashier. I think that would be a better system than randomly checking people, because you know that none of that shit. There's no computer program saying, okay, check this customer. It's all based on whoever's checking the
Well,
cameras.
who does that? Who does it where it's an actual person deciding who to randomly check?
I'm saying, like Walmart, they don't randomly check anybody. They check everybody that has that
It's
buy
like
items
BJ's.
outside. BJ's, yeah. Instead of, because what happens when you're quote unquote randomly checking, unconscious bias kicks. Whatever, you know, unconscious bias kicks in, all this other stuff, and then what ends up happening, all the
You end up
randomly
on a
picked
podcast
people,
where the host calls you a cunt.
yeah, a racist cut. Because it's
So-
gonna be black people. It's gonna be
so-
people that look poor. It's gonna be
So
those type of people.
Is it a person deciding the random
Yes.
It has to be a
checks
person.
Yes.
at Stop and Shop?
Yes.
Following him around with the camera, decided he was the one.
It might think don't
Or
offer
maybe-
a service like that if you're
Well-
not gonna trust your customers. Like just
Well,
don't do it.
I think
Devil's advocate,
there
here
could
he comes.
be more to it. I wonder if they actually have somebody decide
Yeah.
to randomly check people, or if they're like, okay,
Is it
for
numerical?
every third
or-
person that uses it, check them.
But that's what I thought the first few times I've gone. But every time I've gone there, I've actually never seen that happen.
And that's but
You've always been the one that you've seen getting checked. No one else.
and that's the thing.
But
That's,
what if they do have a system where it's every third person? And
Well,
you're
even
the third
if
person every
again,
time?
that could be that could completely be the case. But 9 out of 10 times I've gone there,
that can still be the case.
numerically, really,
that's not
Yeah,
the case.
it could still be the case because I've never seen it, and I've been at that Dedham Stop and Shop a bunch of times.
Yeah, well, you
I
dress
used to
better
go
than
there-
I do.
I used to,
Yeah, you got friggin' Banana Republic. Friggin'
no, I used to shop.
your
there
shirt sleeves
regularly.
have straps on it.
Yo,
That's fancy.
I used
You
to.
got lapels.
I stopped going there. Because it's out of my way. The time where I was shopping there regularly was when I was going to physical therapy next door.
But did you ever
last
use
year.
the scan thing as you go?
I saw it there, but I never used
That's
it.
the thing.
Had
I
you
use
used
the
it, they
scan.
would have picked you up.
Huh? Okay, but what I'm saying
You and your
is-
sweatpants,
No.
intimidating everybody.
So my thing is, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Is it what they is it really? Do they hire somebody there who's going to racially profile people, or just profile people for whatever and use whatever basis?
You'd have to give them truth serum and go from there. Because I honestly don't
I
know.
would just look into it.
But everybody, black, white, Spanish, whatever, if you live in this country, your perception of people is going to be based on shit you see on TV, shit you hear on the radio, conversations you have with friends and family.
I'm going to stop this right now because that could just end up a whole new podcast altogether.
I do
Alright.
agree. We need to have that podcast.
All right. So number 8.
It's racist.
Excuse me.
Go ahead,
Number
I'm
9. No. Excuse me, number 10. Get off your phone when you're crossing the street. Your privilege, attitude, or sassiness isn't going to stop a moving car.
I am killing somebody's kid. I'm running them by, not purposely, but they're going to get run over. Especially on Huntington Ave. Especially on
Those
Palm
are
Ave.
You
Yo.
better plead the fifth.
My nigga. No.
This is being recorded right now.
I was thinking like I'm not saying shit. I'm gonna be fucking quiet.
You know what? You know
I
what?
ain't say shit.
You know what?
Do I need to
Let's go
timestamp that?
back. Let's go back and say I am bound to hit somebody's kid.
You know
I
what?
might just. There's potential there.
This
You
is
know
sat-
what?
This is satire. He doesn't
You know
do
what?
that shit.
Fuck that noise.
I feel like you need
Yo,
to edit
Stop stealing my phrase.
that out. Okay, I need you to edit that out. Go ahead, Javi.
Don't edit
Don't
nothing,
worry,
bro.
We can trust Mark not to let this fall in the hands of a defense attorney.
I'm moving to a
Or
country.
prosecutor.
I'm moving to a country that does not have an
Does this give me another 100,000 downloads? It works out for both of us.
That's right.
It works out for me and her.
I can get arrested real quick, come back with some tattoos, start my rap career.
It's true.
Would be good.
Javi Mills.
Yeah, Javi Mills, right? No, but for real, that shit's annoying,
Meek
yo.
Super
Like,
Bowl.
It makes you
seriously.
feel better. Vehicular homicide is only punishable to what? 1 year.
1 year?
You only get 1 year.
Can I get
This is something we wanted to talk
I
about.
could do 1 year.
We can talk about
Knock
that
that
later.
out real quick.
Alright, so number 11. If you don't have money to go out, say something beforehand. Your friends usually won't mind paying for you at times, but that last minute shit is in bad taste and leaves everyone looking like idiots.
I'm gonna say this for the freaking ladies out there. If you go out with your girls for a birthday, and y'all know that you gonna pay for the girl for her birthday, have your fucking money. I get so frustrated when people come together and nobody wants to pay for the 8th drink that they had, but want to front like they only had 3.
Yo, who y'all chilling with?
It's just people in general. And I say women because I feel like women are more notorious for that. I feel like men don't usually bicker over stupid shit like that. But men usually don't. You figure it out later.
Like within our crew, nah.
This is what I'm saying. It's women.
That's the one thing I will say about the crew that I roll with. Like, we never go somewhere empty-handed. Like, if me and Greg go somewhere, like, Greg came over early, I was like, if you come over early, I'll cook something real quick. You know what I mean?
Did you cook something for Greg?
I haven't cooked yet.
Oh. So you lied to Greg?
But I would, though. I still will.
But you lied to Greg.
Do you want me to cook you something after?
I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. Are you marinating something?
Do you want homemade steak and cheese after this? Do you want homemade steak and cheese after this?
I feel like I deserve one, but go ahead.
Alright, fine. Well, I'll cook you homemade steak and cheese after this. And no, I'm not editing the shit out. But that's what you do. So when Javi came over a couple weeks ago, Javi brought wings. When him and his wife come over movie night, they bring me rice. They come over and they bring stuff. When we go out, like for my bachelor party, I paid for a couple of drinks, but that was because I was impatient. And they got mad when I bought my drinks.
It's true.
Like, it's just different.
But that's how it should be. Women are different. It's true.
Because I hear this stuff from legit. Like, not to pipe my own shit, but people like you, people I chill with, I feel like we're cut from a different cloth, right? Like, I see that.
I don't know if it's a generational thing either. I don't know because I
went
with my best friend. It was her birthday, and it was like the people in her circle. And granted, I'm in her circle, but I had my money.
Yeah.
And this was some of her family, and it's like, do you not remember drinking 8 drinks? Like, how do you not feel like you don't need to pay for that?
I feel like you feel guilty.
And then you don't want to put in anything towards the birthday girl? Like, I just feel like the concept
you had
of
9
money.
Long Island iced teas.
Boom.
So I have a question for you guys, right? Related to this. When you're out with a group of friends, do you split the check evenly, or do you break it down to who paid? Like, you guys pay for what you got?
If one person had 8 drinks compared to everyone else who had 2, then you break that shit down. But if everybody's doing everything practically evenly, then you split it evenly. But don't take advantage because you know we're gonna split it evenly and have 8 drinks.
No, see that friend needs to get thrown out the.
You also don't take advantage of. You also don't take advantage of someone who you know has a big heart. Greg, for example, has a big heart. So there are times to tell Greg, we can pay for our own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've gone to Hooters and it's just like, yo, we can pay for our own. Like, we're good. Like, you know what I mean? So, anyways, we can go after this. But that's my thing though. Like, you know, don't take advantage of things like that. Like, Lavelle's gonna roll up on me like Dame Dash if I don't finish paying him. But the thing about
where's my $20 million at?
But the one thing I will say about it is he's been really patient about it. But if I go hang out at his house, I'll buy alcohol.
Yeah.
I'll buy food. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm not acting like a broke bitch. You know what I mean? So like if we go somewhere, I understand how the game goes, and like, you know what I mean. I do my best to pay my way. If I don't have the money to go somewhere,
you ain't going out.
One of Greg's favorite phrases: "It's not in the budget."
Period. Or you let people know. I have one friend who, you know, she'll have a hard time here and there, but I like her presence. So as long as you let me know beforehand, I got you. It's not a problem. I need to know before so I can budget before so I can know what I'm doing before. But don't play me when we get there and you're like, ooh, so I had to pay this bill. Then I'm going to feel like I need to cut you under the table because you could have told me this beforehand.
People be frightened. Like, that's a problem in our community is like the front. It's like,
nah, I'm
people
like,
don't want
no front. I got you. But you got to tell me beforehand.
The average wealth of African Americans in Boston is like -$5 or shit like that. Like, that's our average worth. So like, don't tell me you got mad money when I know nobody out here has mad money. Like, if you're struggling, no nigga, you ain't balling. You ain't balling. You ain't balling. We can work out a payment plan or something. Just tell me the situation beforehand, bro.
Yeah, like, just be honest about it. And if you don't have the money, then it's like, all right, well, like I said to my boy Jose, he was just like, he has no problem hooking up his homies, but he goes, just so you know, if you want beer, you're drinking what we're drinking. Don't order Sam Adams when you got
Sam Utopia.
Like
Utopias.
you got PBR money. You know what I mean?
Hey, stop, yo, this is the second show we got on PBR, man. I don't know if I could be able to. PBR is a classic.
Shout out to Earl's. They have $5 drinks every month. Just throwing that out there. Go ahead.
Number
It's
12.
in the Pru. Just throwing that
Did
out
you get
there.
a sponsor?
No. I will edit that shit out.
Yeah, edit that shit out.
Why? My girl works here. Tipper. What the hell?
Oh, you can shout out Timber?
No, tip her.
Stephanie. Her name's
Stephanie. Oh, tip her.
Tip her.
What's her name?
Yes.
What's her name?
Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie who works at what bar?
Earl's at the Pru.
Earl's at the Pru. Make sure you go see her, Stephanie at the at Earl's at the Pru. Tip her.
And it's 20%.
For real. No, it's
Okay.
actually it's 15%. It's 20. It's 20 if they're amazing.
I usually do
Right.
20%.
I always do 20.
Yeah, I default at
Nah,
20%.
it depends on the person.
Yeah, man.
It really
If
does.
you're just a,
if you ain't worth it, you ain't getting it. Period.
Like, you have to give me bad service for me not to tip
I
you.
always give 20 unless I really didn't like them.
That's my thing. Like, if they're terrible, I do 15. If they're just garbage, I've been in situations where I haven't tipped anything, and I've gone to the manager and been like,
Yeah, we really are some different type of
I was
niggas.
like normal people, and I say to him, I'll go to him. Joe Budden said that. No, not Joe Budden. Tariq. Not Tariq.
Tariq from Power.
No.
Tariq
Ali
Sadiq.
Sadiq is a comedian, and
Okay.
he says that black people do shit just to not look bad, and a lot of us black people tip just because we don't want to further the stereotype of being bad tipper.
No, I don't tip. If you fucking suck,
But it's
you
funny,
keep
like-
that same energy
like, I-
to the very end.
I've not tipped once in the Unos because this waitress was
Really?
fucking garbage.
I like Uno's.
Uno's, if you want to sponsor us, yo, we got
Uno's
this.
is great, but this woman took an hour for us to get our food and our drinks. An hour.
Is Uno's
you know-
great, though? For
Which
real?
one did you go to?
I don't want to do.
Ah.
But it's funny. It was like the one time out of 100 I've been there, and the service is bad. Service there is usually amazing.
Yeah.
But
The Olive Garden at South Bay.
Can we
used to
talk
be the
about how
worst.
ratchet Fridays has become?
This is...
No. I want to get to that. I'm gonna get to that because I have a story about that as well. But there was this.
You
other
owe me
time
that story, by the way.
In Fire and I haven't told this story yet.
Because you...
I would say it was
You
so
tried
fun.
to say,
Why
Applebee's
are
is
y'all
better than
so
Fridays.
excited and geeking out
Yeah,
right now?
so-
Yo, we're fat boys. Talk about food. Society.
So I was at Fire and Ice, right? And y'all know Fire. For those of you who don't know Fire and Ice, you pretty much serve your stuff. You say, right?
Pretty much. For
You
the
go up
most
there, you
part.
get the food. They
They saute it up, and that's it. That's all
Yeah.
they're good for.
So the wait staff would bring you drinks. So I went there, and it was me, Maria, I want to say Diddy and Fletcher. I know Fletcher was there because I knew this was an issue. And Fletcher asked for a Sam Adams. They brought up some rep. He doesn't like some rep. He said,
Some real is whack.
so he took a sip and was like, "Hey, excuse me," and he didn't like take a gulp or a bunch of. He just took a sip and was like, "This isn't, boss. This isn't what I wanted. I wanted this." And the guy was just kind of like, "Oh no, this is definitely what it is." And Fletcher was like, "No, I know what my beer tastes like. This isn't it." And the guy gave him an attitude. Was like, "Fine, I'll take it back." Took him 15 minutes to bring his beer back over, and then handed it down. It's like then now the beer is flat. Fletcher's like, "Can you just taste this to make sure it's not me?" The beer was flat. Like it tasted like the bottom of a keg. So Fletcher was like, he said something to him. He goes, "I don't want any beer. Just bring me a water. This is just bad." And the guy got an attitude and whatever. Took him a while to bring the water back, whatever. So it's the end of he was just garbage the whole time. And instead of actually attending to the table, because we needed ketchup, took him a minute to get ketchup. We needed drinks, took him a minute to get drinks. And instead of actually paying attention to us, he's talking to the hostess. And I'm looking at him, and so eventually I called one of the other
Was he
wait-
trying to get a number? Was he flirting or was he just
He
talking?
was flirting. You could tell he had to lean over the thing, like, you know what I mean, trying to look all cute and shit. So he eventually, I called one of the other waitresses over, and she eventually came out waitress, and I tried to tip her, and she was like, "I can't tip you. I can't take a tip from the table." And I go, "Oh, where's your table at?" She goes, "My section's over there." So I took all the cash we put together, and I put it on the table way where her section is. I'm like, all right, that just happened to mysteriously get there, and we walked out. Because fuck that guy. I'm not tipping him, but I will tip the person who actually did a good job. Flat, straight up and down. That's how I feel about that. All right. If you're at work and someone goes, "How come I can do this, but such and such can't do that? You're an asshole. Stop snitching."
No, I'm not gonna stop that. If my white counterpart can do something and then
No,
my
no, no, no,
black
no, no.
ass can't do it, oh, I'm
I'm
not
talking about racial.
I'm
I'm not talking about racial sensitivity, things like that. But if Jayla Rose said it best, I will treat all of you equal. I will treat all of you fair, but I'm not treating you all equal. You don't treat Michael Jordan like you treat the 12th man off the bench.
Okay.
So, if the 12th man off the bench decides that he's going to come in late every day, Monday through Friday, if Michael Jordan shows up late for practice on Wednesday, you can't be like, why are you writing me up for 5 days, only writing him up for one, and not writing him up for one day? Michael Jordan's putting up 35.6 assists and 10 in X amount of rebounds. Don't give me that bullshit.
I have to disagree with that.
Go on ahead.
Only because, like, being in a management position, right? Fuck that. I don't care how good you are. If we're hired to do the same job, like, I want to be treated equally.
But what if you're not doing the equal amount of you're not putting in the equal amount of energy?
I mean, you're still good enough to play on the Bulls with Jordan. Like, you're still an elite athlete.
Yeah, but you're getting water.
It's a case by case situation.
That's my point, though. Like, you know what I mean?
The NBA is how things work in the NBA is going to be different from how things work in another field.
All right, you know, we'll give a perfect example. When we used to work at the Gap.
Yep.
I would say, and this isn't to my own horn, I was a better employee than I would say 80% of the people we worked with. I was in the top, top 20 percentile? Mm-hmm. I was that good. Mm-hmm. So if I showed up late a couple of days, it wasn't a big deal because I was like, okay, I would come in going, all right, I'm 10 minutes late. I need to amp myself up a little bit more because I fucked up. So that's just my mentality on things like that. So, but if I came in late with this attitude like, whatever, who the fuck am I? It's kind of a dick move. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, there's a difference between, like you said, case-to-case basis. If you're going to have an attitude about things, it's a little bit different. Like, Greg, when you showed up to work, you were there early. Some days you'd stay fucking late. Like, you know what I mean? There were days when we'd be at work counting money until, like, a half hour after we were supposed to leave because the drawer was wrong. So our manager would look at that and go, why were you guys here so late? And like, well, we were trying to fix the problem. See what I mean? So that's what I mean by like the case-to-case basis where it's like, don't worry about what I'm doing because all you see is one thing. And it's like, the manager talks to you for a reason. He's not talking to me because I'm doing my job. Yeah. That's what I mean by
Get your shit together.
I am.
Though?
I mean, you were friends with the manager.
Huh? I was friends with all the managers.
Put it out there, Javi.
Do you want to know what's something bad? Because I know how to play the game.
All right.
There were managers I couldn't fucking stand. And they knew I didn't like them. You know, but guess what? I did my fucking job. You know who thinks doing
a great job right now?
Who?
Donald Trump's kids.
Oh, fuck that cunt.
Because their boss likes them.
Let me tell you. But you know the funny thing about it was, even the managers that didn't like me, they would still not go. They still wouldn't go, don't put Mark on the schedule because I didn't like him. Yeah. Because I did my job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could never say to me, like, Greg can vouch for this. Yeah. Greg would give me stuff that no one else would want to do because he knew I wouldn't complain about it.
Well, I guess I agree with you, but I can understand another employee feeling a type of way.
The only person, an employee who usually says shit like that is usually an employee who's trying to get someone else in trouble because they didn't do their job.
Maybe. Because maybe, but you
I cannot with you, Mark. Really?
Yeah, this is what it
Were
is.
you not doing your job, and that's why you were hating on Mark?
Oh, me? I've had very few normal 9 to 5 jobs.
Super Bowl Kotep Poverty always does his job.
Yeah, I don't.
Hobby puts me on game. This show wouldn't be the show it was without Hobby.
Oh, I appreciate that. But I've every job I've had in the past like over a decade, it's been like either a management position or like.
What are your guests? Chop liver?
Huh?
What do we chop liver?
Oh, this next one is specifically for the two of you, for specific reasons. One, don't ask. Well, what were you wearing when they? So something happens to a male or female, and they go, "Well, what were you wearing when they did that to you?" That is insulting as fuck.
On so many levels.
Uh-oh.
If a man is wearing gray sweatpants, you should assume that a female is going to be all over you. You should assume that she's going to grab at your sweatpants. You should just assume that this shit's going to happen. Period. So I don't want to hear nothing. Don't wear gray sweatpants if you don't want to get harassed. Period.
Yo, the conviction. voice right now.
Yeah.
She really means it.
Well, I mean, I feel like if men feel like it's okay if we wear a skirt, that we should feel like we're open season, then I feel like any man with gray sweatpants is open season. Y'all need to watch that Cayenne remix. I'm dead ass. Y'all will get where I'm coming
Well, you
from.
talking about gray sweatpants and Prince,
Yeah.
and then you keep on bringing up that video. I don't know if I want to watch that
You
video.
need to. Oh, she's throwing game hard.
Okay. Oh,
at
shit.
home.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Damn. I think beyond being just a shitty way to look at life, yo, that shit.
I mean,
That shit's just-
like you can't go raping women on the beach because they got fucking bikinis on.
Absolutely.
And this whole cultures are based on that, like, oh, women can't wear anything above the ankle because men can't. Like, it makes us look bad, right?
Yeah.
Like we can't control
Y'all
ourselves.
can't.
I remember talking to an older
Barely.
lady. She
I ain't
actually.
never raped anybody
I'm just
ever.
saying. Well, that's how y'all act. Like if we have
Whoa,
some
whoa, whoa, whoa.
But it's not just
clad
us.
on,
It's not just
Right.
us.
it's women too. If we have
Yeah.
some scanty clad on, then we deserved it. That's
Yeah.
not
I
the
just-
case.
yo,
Don't
straight
wear
up-
them sweatpants in front
Straight
of
up
me.
and down. I had on a pair of basketball shorts and this woman grabbed my dick.
Absolutely, I'm grabbing too.
So, how I
Don't
feel,
wear it. If you
Okay.
don't want to be harassed,
Okay.
don't wear
Now,
it, Mark.
This is how I feel about the situation. So,
That didn't just happen.
women
Edit.
can wear whatever they want to wear,
Yes.
whether it's fully clothed
Or halfway.
or half naked.
Okay.
But whatever you choose to wear, and some women, no matter what they wear, they're still gonna get harassed.
Like the woman from the news.
But
The black woman from the news. The red dress. Ooh-wee.
She had curves. So the fuck what?
so
That's
or the,
all it
or the
was.
teacher.
there's just
That's all it
So
was.
here's the thing.
Curves.
But there's
Haters.
certain things like if you go out wearing like a two-piece bikini out in public, not saying that you should be harassed, but I'd like to go outside and not get bitten by mosquitoes. But in the summer, but that's still going to happen. I'm not saying you should be able to leave the house and not be harassed. Definitely. People should have enough couth to not harass somebody based on what they're wearing. But I'm just saying, if you wear something like that, it's going to happen because not everybody has couth. Not everybody
But you
has-
were the one to say that you like women in slacks. So
I
if
do like
a woman
women in
is in
slacks.
slacks, that's not meaning that she's showing everything. She's in full length freaking pants and you like it.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter what
But
we
I'm
wear.
talking about
Essentially,
response. No, I'm talking about response. I'm talking about, all right, so not just the average woman. A woman who is voluptuous, a woman that has big boobs, big butt.
Why should we
and
be
so why- No,
punished?
can I finish? Can I finish? I'm not saying you're being punished. I'm not saying you're being punished. But a woman who has big whatever, right?
Stacked.
If she's curvaceous, no matter what she wears, she's probably going to be harassed regardless. Okay? Move that out of the way. Now, women no matter what your body type is, whether you're voluptuous, whether you're built like olive oil, doesn't matter. If you decide, because I want to cover all the bases.
Olive oils aren't built; they're grown like that. Built.
No, but
I was trying
I'm
to be
just saying,
quiet. I'm
but-
sorry.
but
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying, if you decide to wear something that shows a whole lot of skin, people are going to react to it. Not saying that they should react to it. Not saying that you deserve whatever you have coming to you. Not saying that every guy should stop what they're doing and go slap your ass or say, damn, you look good in that. Can I get some tonight, or how much? Like, nobody's saying you should receive that. But all I'm saying is that don't be surprised when that happens.
I can understand that. It's like I'm tattooed up, so when I walk around with a sleeveless shirt and I get into an elevator, unfortunately, I know that sometimes people get a little scared because I'm a big black guy with tattoos on my arms. I expect it. It shouldn't happen, but it does. Miss Alien Eyes over here has I think great philosophers would call big ass titties. So
What? You act like you said something awesome, but go ahead.
Profound.
profoundly big ass titties.
Wait, don't. Damn it! Don't put me in this shit.
Yeah, Marvin, you said it. You helped him. Go ahead.
Damn.
Co-conspirator. But like, yeah. So if you got a low cut blouse, I'm pretty sure you are expecting guys to see your boobs.
Even if I wear a blouse up to my neck, you're gonna see my boobs. It's just big. They're
You
just
know what?
there.
Yo,
But that's the thing. There's a difference between looking, admiring, and creeping.
But no, but this shouldn't be. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Bobby.
go ahead.
No,
No,
go ahead.
no,
I need to hear Bobby before I attack all of y'all.
Nah, I'm
Go ahead,
right
Bobby.
with you though.
You ain't on my team, Bobby. Go ahead.
Yo, so my wife,
Look at Greg's like I'm waiting for it.
my wife, she was trying to relax. We were going to the Cape in a boat ride, so she was like, I'm gonna, she worked hard that week before that, so she went to go get her nails done and her toes done.
Yo, if you and the wife ain't doing shit tomorrow, have her come on the show tomorrow, man, so we can talk shit.
All right, if I could get her out of the house. So she, I was like, babe, go relax, go enjoy yourself, right? She calls me. She's like, yo, I'm pissed. So she goes. She's wearing a sundress, right? She goes into the salon, and some guy follows her in there, right?
Not surprised.
And then sits next to her and starts like
rapping to her.
But it was classy. Like I wasn't even feeling the type of way. I was like, he was like, oh, what color do you think I should use for my nails? Like small tot. And he was like, oh, you're a very beautiful woman. Blah 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 blah. Things like that. I like when people appreciate the way my
as
wife
long as
looks.
you're not creepy about it.
Exactly.
But that's all we're saying though.
But it flipped. It went from that to like, oh, you should give me your number, right? And she's like, I'm married, and he was like, well, all right, let me just put my number in your phone, or like 20,
and that's where you draw the line.
And she went there to be relaxed, and it took her right out of her. She had to call me stressed out, and there's no reason, regardless of what a female is dressed like.
And see, I think that's what men don't. Greg thinks about it, but I think that's what most men don't think about is what we endure every day, day in, day out. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm just here to get my mani pedi. I am not trying to be harassed. This is a woman's type of thing. I'm in the nail shop. I'm just trying to relax. Yeah. I'm just walking down the street. I'm not trying to suggest you to anything. Mm-hmm. I'm just walking down the fucking street.
So there's two comedians, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, said two different things that are kind of on the same level. Chris Rock says it's easier for women to turn down sex because ever since they were born, men have been trying to give them dick. And Dave Chappelle goes, someone gave him I think it was $10,000 in cash for a service he did, and he had it in his bag. And he was scared as hell getting on the train. And he goes, that's what a woman must feel like with a vagina every day of the week.
Absolutely.
10,000 in cash or more. Worth more than that to a lot of dudes, right? Like just walking around with that.
Walking around with something that everybody wants.
Yep.
Oh yeah. As a person with depression, I hate when people say, have you tried not being sad? People legitimately say that to me. And I tell them, no, I have depression, so it takes me, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, have you tried not being sad?
Nah, you gotta work through the motions. It's not about trying to not be sad.
Yeah, but
you go wait. You're saying that all I have to do is not be sad.
Flip that switch.
Thank you.
That's all I do. Flip the switch and then depression gone.
Thank you.
So the therapy, psychology, and the medication that I take, all I need to do is try to not be sad?
Nah.
Oh, so
the man lies to you.
That's it.
See, I think positive thoughts.
It's that easy.
This one's personal to me. If your feet look like talons, like mine do, don't wear open-toed shoes. It's gross.
Fuck that. That was me all last weekend.
Fuck it, wear them.
Yeah. I was wearing thong sandals and my feet look like a husband's
So, gentlemen, the moral of the story is if you feel like your feet look like Italians, it's okay to go to the nail shop. Don't harass the women that are there, but actually get a pedicure. It's okay.
Toya, I hate to break this to you. There ain't a fucking pedicurist in the world that cannot make my feet look like a griffin.
Yo, they got those grinders that you plug into the wall?
I would break one of those.
How do you know about this?
Dude, I would break one of those.
I
get pedicures. I used to get pedicures all the time. My nail beds are fucking awesome. Don't sleep. My nail beds.
Listen, it's okay to get pedicures, gentlemen, once or twice a year.
Straight up and down, gentlemen, men. Manicures, pedicures feel fucking amazing.
So here's the thing with my problem. So certain things I'm pretty much typical man, right? Like I like to work on my car, right?
There we go.
I like to build computers, put
What's
the
the
shit
problem
together.
with a pedicure?
Well, pedicure, I don't know, none of that. But manicure wise, like my nails are shit, just because they go through a lot of shit.
Do before you go. Next time you go on vacation, you're not gonna do anything. Get a manicure. You will feel.
You know what my manicure is? Making sure my nails aren't dirty.
I hate my nails.
You know what? I appreciate that. You know how many men try to walk around with dirty ass nails thinking they gonna talk to me? Like, excuse me?
Nah.
You know, that's a
Your
good
nails
topic. That's a
ain't
good
even
topic to have.
clean, babe. What do you think?
Like, you gotta smell good, and you have to at least not look
Even if
dirty.
you smell like the trees outside, can you not look dirty? Can your nails be clean?
But you know what? No. I'll say this though. What if a dude looks like he's actually been working though, and his game is fine, his conversation.
If you have
is
on
good.
construction clothes and shit like that, I get it. You're coming from work. That's different. But if I see you at 11 o'clock at night, you still got the same shit on my neck.
But what if he just got off of work? Some people don't get off of work.
And
until
that's
11 o'clock,
fine
though.
if it's
like, there's
work, but
contractors in
don't
my
try
building.
to listen. If you're a contractor, that's different. But if you're not a contractor and you're a cop, or you just work on computers, or you do, I mean, why is your hands dirty? Why are they that dirty? Did you not wash your hands? Did you not clean under your nails? Did you not try?
You definitely didn't use a washcloth.
And then they be the first ones. They the first ones trying to figure you with the dirty ass nails.
Whoa.
The first ones.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went there. You dirty nail dudes. You dirty nail dudes.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, girls talk about this
All the time.
They do.
About dirty
Cut that
Dirty
shit out.
fingernails.
Dirty
Yo.
hands and dirty fingernails. Don't come near
Yo,
me.
who does
I will
that,
cut
though?
you out.
It happens a lot.
Yo, straight up,
Good.
straight up and down,
Good.
dog. Like now, even when I was
We're
whoring,
grown.
shut
There's
up, Greg.
people who still do it.
Yo, like straight up and down, like when I was out whoring and doing my thing or whatever. If I knew
Whore.
Whore. Shame.
Ching,
Shame.
ching.
Shame.
I'm not gonna be shamed by y'all motherfuckers, man. But like, nah, I would do two things. One, I bit my nails to the point, and I would like shave them down so they look presentable. If I knew coming over, wash my hands, dirt and grime good, cool. Socks stayed on.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm a nail biter too, so fuck the whole
Clean your
man.
nails. It's not hard.
All right, and lastly, I didn't think it was gonna take an hour long, but lastly, just because we work together doesn't mean we have to be friends. I'll be polite and professional at work, but that doesn't mean we have to be buddies.
True. Keep professional relationships professional.
When I come to work, I just show up.
Greg is evil.
No, I show up, I do my job, mind my business, go home. That's all I care about. I don't look to make friends at work.
I
I
feel
do
like
not
that's
miss
more
the
of a
office life
female thing.
at all.
I feel like that's more of a female thing.
No, you got a lot of dudes now acting like
Really?
oh, we have to be friends. No, we do
Really?
not.
That's not okay. I'm not your friend. If I don't even want to walk with you to my bus stop, then I'm not your friend.
Yo,
You gotta cut that
and
out.
we all been in that situation where we're kind of like, I don't want to like.
I don't even want to exit the building with you. That's like we work together, and I know how to. Oh, are you? I know how to put that face on, but once I'm gone, I'm gone. It's back to Latoya. I'm sorry. Don't bother me.
We have to edit that out, by the way.
Yeah, but it's
One. So I got some suggestions from people. Diddy, people asking me what annoys me is number one on the list because I asked them what annoys them. People who don't get to the point when speaking to me.
yes. We don't have to go around in freaking circles to get to what you're freaking saying, Susan. I don't need to know about apples being red. If you're telling me about oranges, yo, I hate that at work.
But you need
Get to the point. I don't need the context.
This is why.
What do you want me to do? Get to the point. I don't need the context, Hobby. Don't.
Let me give you a
argue
long,
on
drawn
that.
out explanation why you
Oh
need
my
context. So
God!
apples
Next work. This is what I'm talking
My
about.
mom is a habitual
I don't need the whole
for
story.
doing that.
Oh, it's the worst. Get to the point.
Especially island people, like older island people.
Oh my
They will
god! No, I think it's older people of color in general.
Yo.
Though.
You know what
Draw
it is?
shit out.
You know what it is? When you take an exam, right? And let's say like it's a math exam or whatever. What are the questions that most people hate? The word problems, right?
Yeah.
A whole paragraph, and then you got to put two and two
I used to
together and
love
all this
those.
other stuff. But most people dread them because you have to think the most on one question. That's what it's like when somebody doesn't get to the point.
It's
That's
this
what it's like.
long,
It's like this
drawn
long, drawn out thing. Granted, in a word problem, you kind of have to take the
Totality.
totality of the situation to help you get to your conclusion. when it comes to talking to somebody,
But how the
you're not
sandals
going to
don't fit the
point,
right way or
like,
some shit, yeah.
You can disregard. You can say to the person like, "Listen, you could have disregarded the whole thing and told me, and just tell me what the point was."
I had
You know?
one boss who would go around the whole circle, and I would have to bring her back to the topic at hand. So what were you coming in here for? Like, because you done went around the whole block. It just doesn't make any sense. It's unnecessary.
Yo, there's been times when like I've
It's
said to people,
unnecessary.
and it's like there's this one dude at my job, and he was having. I asked him one question, and he never answered it, and I saw he zoned out, and he was still talking to me, and I looked up, I'm like, oh my god, he's still speaking. He's still speaking to me, and I looked him dead in the face, and I pulled a Tropic Thunder. I went, "You've been talking to me this whole time?"
Okay, real talk. As a married man, don't you kind of do that sometimes?
So
Like,
the
anyone
next
in a
one
relationship
on
does that.
so the next one on the list.
See how they ignore it happens. All right, I see how
So the next one on the list is people who don't speak their minds.
That's
Goes
a-
back to hurt the girl's feelings instead of playing it all scary.
Does anybody really speak their mind now? I feel like that.
I do.
Greg does.
I feel like the app.
Let me tell you, Greg and Lavelle do. If I ever need actual factual, I go to him and Greg.
Yeah, I mean to
They're,
friends. I think a mark of a friendship is speaking your mind to a friend. But
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
general-
Are you talking about people? Well,
general, yeah.
I do.
I know you
People
don't.
don't come to me unless they want the real. I don't have time to beat behind the bush. I'm gonna listen to everything. I'm gonna go by what you say, and I'm gonna give you my thought process. But I'm also gonna end up like, but what do I know? Because you ain't gonna blame me for the mistakes you make.
I was such a big asshole in like my 20s that I had to learn to kind of like temper the shit I say. Huh? I'm going the wrong direction.
I don't. I feel like we need authenticity in this world. We need people who are being real to themselves. And if you saying what you got to say, kind of got to hurt a feeling. It might be what they need to hear.
And
That's just how I feel.
Especially in relationships. Like I've learned that
And
being
friendship.
honest is helpful. Yeah.
Any type of friendship where it's somebody you want to keep in your life, I feel like you need to be real. Being behind the bush only does anything but break up the trust. It doesn't make
hopefully it's
anything
shaved
better.
instead of beating behind the bush. My boy Reverend Rabbi Ed. People who act entitled.
Reverend Rabbi Ed?
He's completely fucking what's the word when you don't believe in anything?
Atheist?
Atheist. Yeah, thank you. I've been drinking.
I've been drinking.
But he goes, people who act entitled, people who drive Hummers, people who drive Land Rovers, people
I
who
actually want one.
Land Rovers are fire, bro.
people who chew too loud, people who quit online games because they're losing.
Oh, rage quitters.
Rage quitters. I rage quit on the computer. I won't rage quit on somebody online. I love rage quitting on computers. On the computer. All right, that's been Old Man Wades. You just made the list. I think this episode is going to be called Sweatpants on Men and Sundresses on Women.
Yeah, I like it.
Sundresses.
Wait, what's the difference between a sundress and a maxi dress again?
They're pretty much the same.
So wait, you gave him so much shit for
I
not
was
knowing the
trying to
difference.
help him out. I done threw it, the plug and everything. I tried. I was throwing Harvey under the bus today, and you were the winner. And then you just, I alley-hooped it, and you was just like, oh, what's this?
Damn it, Toya.
Damn it, Wade.